Okay, I wanted to make a video showing you guys how you would track rice because this one's a little tricky just because it does weigh more after it's cooked. So we can't weigh it cooked but track it raw. And that becomes a problem because a lot of times you're wanting to, you haven't made the rice yourself, or you've made a whole bunch of rice and you just want to be able to eat some of it. It's already cooked. Maybe you got it from a restaurant, but now you want to bring it home and put it on your scale and see how much rice you're eating. But most of the entries that you're finding are for uncooked rice, which weighs much less. So there's a couple ways that we can do this. Method number one is that we can scan our bag of uncooked rice and we can use that to track it. We just need to make a conversion. So I recommend if you're going to be eating a lot of rice at home, I recommend doing this because it's going to be more accurate. Now, once you make this conversion number once, you don't need to do it again. It's one of those things where it may be like a few calories off each time you cook it. Not a big deal. I've made rice a million times, and every time I'm getting really close to 0.43 is my conversion. I'm going to explain that in a second, but I'm getting really close to that. So I just use that same number, and you can use that same number too. I would typically make my rice in the Instant Pot or boil it on the oven, and each time it's coming up around that 0.43. So I don't split hairs about it. I use that number every time. And like I said, you can use that too. Or if you, like I said, if you make it all the time, you want to be exact, you cook your rice different, then you can do your own conversion factor. And if you wanted to do that, what you would do is start out with your uncooked rice, weigh it out on your scale. Let's say you put 43 grams of uncooked rice. Now you're going to cook it, and now you're going to weigh it again. So it weighs 100 grams now that it's cooked because it's got all that extra water. So 43 divided by 100 will give you that conversion of 0.43. I used really simple numbers here. But that's your conversion factor for rice now, and you can use it each time. So if let's say I made a whole bunch of rice, and now I just want to weigh out 200 grams of my cooked rice onto my plate. I made a big tub for the week, so I'm just going to be taking from that big tub all week of cooked rice. So I put 200 grams of cooked rice on my plate, and I need to convert it. So 200 times 0.43 is 86. So we're going to be tracking 86 grams of the uncooked rice. So if we come into my FitnessPal here, let's say, hold on, I'm going to show you guys a couple ways to do this. I would recommend just scanning your bag of rice if you're doing this at home. But I don't have a bag of jasmine rice on me, so I'm just going to look one up. Okay, so we want to find something with grams. Let's see. This one doesn't have grams, it has milliliters. If you want to keep searching for the perfect one with grams, just make sure it adds up to whatever you're actually using. Look at the calories on the bag to make sure that it matches. If you don't have grams, you can use milliliters. Very close. They're pretty much interchangeable. All right, so I made 200 grams. I did 200 times 0.43. It came out as 86. So 86 is what I'm going to be tracking inside of my FitnessPal. Okay, the other method that you can do is you can just look up a cooked version. Let's see. We just want to find one with grams. So that one does not have grams. This one does not have grams. Oops. Let's see. Here's one that has grams. Here we go. Okay, so we'll try this one. We had 200 grams of cooked rice on our plate. That comes out to 258. That was really close. It was 250 something before. So that's probably a good entry to use. So we kind of compare them. I'm fine with you guys doing either way of that. Just make sure you use it the same way every time you eat your rice. We want it to be very consistent.